Good day everyone, we are in group 11. Now, our topic will be about groundwater flow in a confined and unconfined aquifer. But before anything else, I just want you to give a short or a little background about what is, or I'm going to show you a figure on how does the process of unconfined and confined aquifers being made. So here is, as we can see, this is a confined and confined aquifers. So as we all know, nag-report na sa group 10 na what is aquifers. So first, let's start by unconfined aquifers. So unconfined aquifers, this is the sandstone or balas. Now when there is rain or any liquid substance, makapenetrate siya so for example, na ulan, then ay balas. So ang ulan, penetrate siya sa balas, so muna siya may mga unconfined. Kung dili siya i-confined or wala siya any hard layer na protect sa iyaha. So on the other hand, the confined aquifer, so confined aquifer is ay siya sa unconfined. Confined is from the word itself, confined, so nakatago siya. So ang confined, for example, siya rain, so siya, while the unconfined siya sandstone, ang confined po siya shales. Now shales, it is a hard rock. So for example, rain, ulan, and then umuulan siya, dili siya makapenetrate, dili siya ka-infiltrate within the aquifer. Kaya may hard rock or hard layer na naka-protect. So for example, precipitation ay tamo, so dili ka part. So if dili ka part, mag-focus on confined aquifer. So if dili ka part, ay precipitation, maulan siya, so nadili ang fluid sa water na. In this area, sa dili ka part, sa lower part is after flow sa tubig, nakabuild na siya of pressure, and then if we are going to magwater ang tabay or well, ang water dito, masakan din na siya katungkol sa pressure na nabuhat. Now to continue our topic and to give you a more understanding about groundwater flow in a confined aquifer. Now, it occurs within a geological formation where impermeable layers such as clay or dense rock, both above and below, confine the movement of water. So like I said before, so when siya confined, and then impermeable layers, so pwede na siya kaning apart, kaning shale, pwede na siya dense rock and clay na prevent sa water to simmer down sa atong aquifer. Now this confinement creates pressure within the aquifer known as artesian pressure. Now kanina pressure dili, as the water builds up, makakreate siya pressure, na kanina pressure matawag siyang artesian pressure. And then artesian pressure, which can cause water to flow freely within the aquifer. So artesian pressure, it can cause the water to flow freely within the aquifer. So kanina ang mga water after they build up, so maka-move siya freely without anything na makakarate. Magbutang pag-well nila, musaka nila ang water tungkol sa artesian pressure. But the flow within a confined aquifer follows the principles of Darcy's law. Now, Darcy's law, it is which states that the rate of flow is proportional to the hydraulic gradient and hydraulic conductivity of the aquifer. So when we say hydraulic gradient, it means hydraulic gradient, kasabot niya is flow sa water, while the hydraulic conductivity is properties sa lumps. So for example, ang state delegate, which states that the rate of flow is proportional or the same to the hydraulic gradient and hydraulic conductivity of the aquifer. So ang hydraulic gradient and the factors of hydraulic gradient and hydraulic conductivity is maka-affect siya sa confinement sa water. Now, the continuation of our topic will be discussed by Ms. Ale.
So, good day everyone. So, my report is continuation of Albor's report. of higher hydraulic head to areas of lower hydraulic head. So first, higher hydraulic head in a confined aquifer refers to greater pressure exerted by the groundwater due to the weight of overlying materials. This higher pressure can drive groundwater flow and influence the direction and rate of water movement within the aquifer, while the lower hydraulic head in a confined aquifer indicates reduced pressure exerted by the groundwater due to the factors like pumping or natural depletion. This can impact the flow direction and rate within the aquifer, potentially leading to decreased water availability in nearby wells or springs. So, the hydraulic head is the sum of elevation head and the pressure head. So, ang elevation head, this is related to the height of the water table, while the pressure head, it is related to the pressure within the aquifer. So, this flows pattern can create artesian wells where groundwater naturally rises to the surface without the need of pumping. So, with the help of these two flows pattern, makakreate siyang artesian wells. So, ang artesian wells i-explain na ni Albor. So, these two lines here in the unconfined and unconfined helps, or it is called the artesian well that will help to naturally rises the water without the need of the pumping. So, however, it is important to note that the movement of groundwater in confined aquifer can be influenced by various factors. So, here are the various factors. So, the geological structures. So, these are the arrangements of the rocks in the Earth's surface. The presence of faults or fractures. So, faults, these are the fractures or zone fractures between the two rocks in the Earth's surface. And then the last is the human activities such as pumping from wells. Additionally, the properties of the aquifer material such as its permeability and porosity play a significant role in determining the rate and direction of groundwater. And then, the proper management and monitoring of confined aquifers are essential to ensure sustainable use of these valuable natural resources. So that's all my report. Then our next report is the groundwater flow in unconfined aquifer.
Good morning, everyone. So my assigned task is all about groundwater flow in unconfined aquifer. So what is groundwater flow in unconfined aquifer? For groundwater is direct contact with the atmosphere through the open pores space of the overlying soil or rock. Then the aquifer is said to be unconfined. So, ang unconfined aquifer daw ay mo ni ang ulan na infiltrate pa sa ninagi sa yuta, infiltrate padulong nato ay infiltrate sa yuta, then natapok nato sa ilalom, which is kanang ang tubig nga natapok dito sa ilalom sa underground water. Then the upper groundwater surface is unconfined aquifer is called water table. So, bitaw kani. So, mo ni ang water table kaning first level diri sa unconfined, mo ni siya ang water table. Ano bitaw magkuan ka kanang di ba kasagaran sa uban ka magkalot o kanang tubig, kanang sige na may taway, di ba? Dito kay inig magkalot sila, then inig maabot na 100 meters. Dito nila makikita nga nanay tubig nga nag-agas. So, mo siya ang kuan. The tip of the water table varies according to factors such as topography of geology. So, mo ni siya ang mga factors na nag-monitor sa unconfined aquifer. Season with tidal effects and the quantities of water being pumped from the aquifer. Then, ang unconfined aquifer is usually recharged by rain or spring water, infiltrating directly through the overlying soil. So, mo itong giingon ako kanina ulan na na-recharge siya, then kanang infiltrate siya dito directly sa yuta. Ang inanapod kung na-over ka, busog na kayo ang ulan, bitaw dayon. Ang katungpundo ay kanang pundo nga tubig sa ilalong, kaya kung ma-over na bitaw sa basa, then Kay murag na puno na mamuti dito ang kanang tubig dito sa ilalim may nangangkapo siya o baka. Then, for example, many areas of coastal sand, although young deposit in river valleys, so mga uan, mga bato, mga sa sapa of Martha. Next.
So this is the continuation of the groundwater flow in an unconfined aquifer. So the water movement in aquifers is highly dependent on the permeability of the aquifer materials. Permeable materials contains interconnected rocks or spaces that are both numerous enough and large enough to allow water to infiltrate. So, sasagot kita sa permeable material dahil ang permeable material ay maalaw niya ng nasa mga cracks or mga pores na maalaw niya ang tubig na makalusot sa iyahan. So, makikita na lang na infiltration rate ako sa due to heavy rains or sa streets. Ignite filtration method dali na makalusot ang tubig padulong sa water table. So, groundwater moves very slowly through relatively impermeable materials such as clay and shale. So, kaning clay and shale kay gabay na sa mga pore spaces and kaning cracks na higo ra makalusot ang tubig. So, maangkat pa siya pila ka decades or centuries asa siya makalusot ang tubig. After entering an aquifer, water moves slowly towards lower lying places and eventually discharge from the aquifer to springs, sinks into streams or withdrawn from the ground by wells. So, kung maghihubad ka ng well over tambay, first layer sa so ang first layer sa water table na dating unconfined, muna niyong makigo. So dili mo makasuyo ng tubig. Groundwater in aquifers between layers of early impermeable rocks such as clay or shale may be confined under pressure. And that's all.